This conference will now be recorded.
I was thinking about this during the break. Who up above us sees this? The results of this? Anyone?
Well, I'll defer to Sister Teresa on that one, and Andrea's not here, but as the present delegates, certainly they'll want to report to the provincials about what happened, I would think. At least that. Sister Teresa, I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
Sure. I mean, we'll try as much as possible to present this to our provincials, and then after that, we'll try to, with the consulta that we'll get, and we'll try to apply.
The bullet points that were put together during that discussion. Well, can we get those?
Yes, I'm going to send you a PDF of that PowerPoint.
Fantastic. Thanks.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you.
This was
Sister
very nice.
Denise, I would like to personally thank you for all of your computer skills and for all
Thank
the
you.
information that you give us. I'm going to learn to start a file, and I'm going to name it Sister Denise in honor of you because you gave us so much. And
You're welcome.
I really appreciate
I
what
love the
you're doing.
Salesian family. Don't worry.
And sister, we love you.
Thank
Remember
you.
that.
I shall.
I've already gotten a file on Sister Denise, and it's growing.
Sister Denise show. This
And
is the
Father
Salesian
Tom.
family
And
with
Father
Father
Tom.
Tom. All right,
This was
everybody,
great, sister.
knock it off. I am not going to
Sister,
record this and give this out to the
every
world.
time I have a session with you, I get really up about things, and I wish I had the talent. I wish I had the talent to pass it on to our members, because our members aren't as enthusiastic as we are. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Father Tom, Dan, can you mute us?
I thank you from my side. Yeah, I thank you from my side too. Oh,
Oh, 1 second, Carla. We have technical.
yeah,
One at
I
a
Okay.
thank you to Sister Denise and Father Thomas as well for all the knowledge that I receive from them and from stirring up the awareness that as Salesian, myself cooperators, but all the Salesian family has a lot that we have to do. There is a possibility. In a way, we need the stirring up, the continuously invigorates us to know that we are called to do something else, something a little bit more. And so I really enjoy all the session that I took with Sister Denise and Father Tom. And I really, really appreciative, It's too bad that just one person can do just so much. And sometimes you feel not even able to do it, or maybe not misunderstood and things like that. But at least for myself, I know that when you accept it or I accept it to be a solution, I have responsibility. And that is how can you say, my enthusiasm to share with others, regardless if they receive it or not, that if you want to be called Salesian, you have to do Salesian work. You know, yes. I mean, otherwise, don't. Otherwise, what is it? Instead of presenting the spirit of Don Bosco, we really make it. So, thank you so much, Father Tom and Sister Denise. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And as to the course content,
just to be repetitive with everything I heard, I'd like to thank you and Father Tom for all the hard work you put in. It really comes out that you guys put in a lot of work. So thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Dennis and I share a special relationship. Dennis and Denise. We got three. That's highly unusual.
Yeah, we're all done. Some of us are.
And we got two Duns also. So
And I'd like to share Father Tom and I have a special relationship because he introduced me to the Salesians and I typed his doctorate and I didn't understand one word and I'm still a Salesian, so he must have done something right.
Thank you. I'm indebted to you for that.
And I did not know until this moment that you had a doctorate.
yes,
Very nice.
Father PhD. Anybody else content wise? Marshall.
This may have already been said, but when I see that you're still using, Sister Denise, you're still using Dami Animes Cetratole today, I think you originated that, if I'm not mistaken, 10 years ago, if not longer. And it still applies today, even as what you covered in the, even it reflected in what we had today in the agenda. It may be similar information that we received in the years past, but for some reason, maybe it's the COVID talking, but it feels more practical, for me. Hand in hand with what is being underlined for this year, the message of hope. It gives it a punch up, a certain oomph that I think we needed to hear. So I want to thank you also for that reminder. I think of myself as soup, that can get cold, and every now and then I need to be fired up. It's not hard to do in light of the kind of work we do here in the Midwest. But boy, every time I get together and be reinvigorated with the material, it epitomizes for me the animation and the accompaniment when we get together. So I always loved seeing you all, especially those that I've known for years. A deep love for the Cahills. When Jeannie saw me once, I think in one conference, I think you put your hands like this, and you squeeze her cheeks, and I felt that love, that was really special for me. Not something that I normally get, at least not from Elizabeth.
Thank you, Marshall. Anybody else?
After this few years of formation, I feel like yesterday was more of a repetition content-wise, because as I said, as a candidate and pre-novice and novice and a post-novice, we've gone through a lot of Salvation family history and whatnot, and so for me yesterday was more like a repetition. It was just hard for me to stay focused, but repetition is always good. I learned something new from other people sharing. That was very nice. Today was very good because it's kind of like a new document that we tried to unpack, and it was it's a very beautiful document, and it really it I brought in me that type of excitement that, you know what, we need to do more work. We have work to do. So this has been good. The schedule, I think it's a little bit long. I feel like, you know, 9 to 4:30. It's a little bit longer, especially after lunch when you started losing. You know, I'm really really struggling to stay awake. But can it be shorter? I don't know, but just my opinion about the schedule. It's beautiful, but for me overall, just to see everybody, to be introduced to new people, to know that the Salvation family is bigger than just those in Orange. You know, there are people all over the country doing the work, being involved in the mission. For me, just the highlight of this formation, and also sharing ideas, listening to each other, and see what other people are doing. It's very nice. So more days like this, more formation, working together. Awesome.
Thank you, Brother Pascal. Here comes Amy.
I remember when I started working for the Salesians, and Father Tim Zach as provincial would talk about how we need to make sure that we're more conscious of the wider Salesian family. And people would talk about different names or different acronyms, and I didn't know what they really stood for. And then I started hearing a little bit, but in these days, like being able to actually hear their stories, who they are, I'm starting to actually understand kind of the faces behind what all those years ago Father Tim Zach was talking about. So it's nice to finally have a kind of like more of a structured, systematic formation on what I've been hearing piecemeal about, and then especially to hear the testimonies of Joanne and Denise, to really get to know like two cooperators' testimonies in that way is just so beautiful, because I know some cooperators, but I don't know a lot. And so to really get to know more and more people who are part of this beautiful Salesian family, and then listening to all of you online and your sharing as well, that was also really impactful. So having the systematic structured formation, but then really getting to know more people, more faces of the family as well. So I don't know if this is the topic I would have chosen as what I would want to know more about for the Salesians, but having been here, this is obviously like one of the most important topics because it's talking about our family. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Amy. Anybody?
I've spoken of today. I have said many times. I have said many times over the weekend how very grateful I am for the opportunity to be here with family, to learn more about our history. I loved having it placed in the context of other movements in the world. And I know that was covered in the videos I saw from last time, but I appreciate hearing that again. I need repetition, especially as I get old. I forget stuff, but there's always one new piece that I learn. I totally love what I learned about Pius IX yesterday. I'm going to be looking into him. But I always appreciate being with, virtual is good, but being with Salesians, it's a gift to me to be, because I'm so far away from them. But to actually sit with the brothers today and talk about some of the things, and I have heard Brother Pascal like hit on a few of my like sometimes pet peeves or the things that bother me that I want to see changed in our family. But I think that this is a good opportunity to reinvigorate. I like this soup, the cold soup saying, Marcial, that was good, because we sometimes do get a little quiet and cold in what we're doing, and we need to be reinvigorated. And the time together, the time to learn, even the document today that we started to pick apart and comment on was an opportunity to grow. So Thank you very much
You're welcome.
for putting this together. And I really want to have another one soon.
If I can just take on what Marcial kind of said about the dummy animals, I was just thinking of our coat of arms, which is that big antler. Okay, and I was thinking that, you know, with this pilgrim of hope that we're supposed to be among the young people, if we can have it kind of somewhere in our office or in our home, just to remind ourselves that if Don Bosco put that, as that coat of arms was put with that big anchor there, is that we always have to have hope that we can reach the young people. So let's really try to do that. I also invite you, if you can wear the Medal of Merit, Help of Christians. I have no idea how many past pupils I have met. Yes, my habit calls for that. But how many past pupils I have met because of Mary Help of Christians and Don Bosco. I have a sweater that says Don Bosco, and there's always somebody that says, I'm this, I know Don Bosco, whatever. So I would suggest that you can, if you have anything like that, it does attract people, and it can help people to, again, we're trying to rekindle the love of Don Bosco and of Mary Help of Christians. And I suggest that as much as possible, we have something that says who we are, okay, and that I might be able to rekindle somebody's love for the, you know, the grow, their how they brought up in the Salesian spirit. Thank you, and again, thank you to Sister Denise and to Father Tom for this day.
Thank you, Sister Teresa. Anybody else? What about the people in gray?
I just suggest being more breaks.
Get over here and don't be silly. Come here and say something valuable.
Come here and say something valuable now.
It's great being here with the Salesian family. You know, getting to meet new faces, getting to meet new people. But yes, I definitely think we need more breaks. Oh man, so hard.
And it's great being with you, sister.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Father Tom, you want to say anything before we go to?
Yes, thank you for all being here. There was no doubt that the schedule of 9 to 4 was long. It had downtime, which were not part of, they're not really breaks. They're the informal part of the curriculum. Some of the most important educational moments in Don Bosco's system are on the breaks between classes, walking to the dining room, getting water from the well, where you really are doing nothing. And some of those moments are the most productive. And so we tried to build that in there, the informal moments, so that you can get to know one another. Now, I hope you did get around and meet others and talk with them and listen to them, because those were valuable parts of the curriculum for the 2 days. Certainly, the length of it requires a certain amount of effort. Those getting up in Newton, those getting up in Ramsey, those getting up in Haledon means you get up at around 5 on a day when you should be sleeping. I'm included in that, so I know the sacrifice, and as we were planning and as I'm going through it, I know that it's worthwhile. Some of the thing that really strikes me is that this is a pilgrimage. The pilgrimage of hope is not our first pilgrimage. What we're going through these days as a Salesian family is also a pilgrimage, and what we have been going through even all the way since the Father Ranieri wrote his first documents or articles about Salesian family, all the way up to the present. It's been a slow growth a slow development of living Vatican II as a Salesian family. And it was not something that was dropped in our lap as a driver's manual, but it's something that we had to discover little by little, piece by piece. I was privileged to be there, and I believe that I was there with Denise when we approved the statutes of the Salesian Cooperators. That was a big moment, just an exciting moment. And we were saying, we got to go through and go back and, have everybody learn and formation and living the statutes. I think I was there when the Salesian family consulta was approved, or maybe I saw the penultimate version of it. We went over it, but that was also an exciting moment. And it was just working, tons of people working, of every, in the case of the Salesian family Salesian family charter, it was all the members of the Salesian family. But with of course with the cooperators, it was every province. I mean, we went over all kinds of documents and evaluations and before going over there. So it was something that we all did together. I think that as we go through now, and little by little, we got more and more clarity about what Salesian family is and how it works. It became clear, and we need to have that same level of energy, excitement, hope, and the follow-up hard work that will go to implement it. Will go to spread the good news. That document that we went over today has been needed since 2012, and it was that piece that was not there. From the charter, you got to know what the Salesian family was, what its parts were, how it grows, all the things that have to do with its identity, its mission, but not the way it works. How does all that happen? What we went over today is that last piece, how all that happens. That is the key that needs to be turned to make sure that the door opens into the next level of Don Bosco's gift to all of us, Mary Mazzarello's gift to all of us of the Salesian family. That was that. The sister was saying it was the 12th chapter. The 12th chapter that was one page in the old version, and now is 60 pages. But 60 pages of richness, 60 pages that it's not really a GPS, but it does give us an orientation. Does give us some of the guidelines, things to avoid, the general path to follow, and we'll discover more things. But I think for now we look at our number here, and we always spoke about there are only 15, 16. Keep on coming to these meetings. Well, that is true. There's only a smaller number, but this is a powerful core of people. These are some of the friends that I've known since 2006 that we met. 2006, I think Carla and I met over in Rome when we, certainly Denise and I met in 2000 Rome. We've been at it a long time. We've been at it a long time. Doesn't it mean that there should be someone else coming up to take our place? Someone else to work alongside us. So I think with this new light, new openness to the next 10, 15, 20 years, we need to invite other people through the door and say we need more people that are filled with the spirit of Don Bosco, and who can feel the energy for carrying it on. So whether it be Atma or whatever it might be, we need to have a spur of growth so that this core of really wonderful, wonderful faith-filled people, disciples, will grow in the same way as the original 12 apostles grew. The original 72 disciples grew unto the major church, which we are celebrating and enjoying as God's gift to us at the present. So thank you for being here, and thank you for walking with Sister and I this long journey.
Thank you, Father. All right, and I just give a big yes.
Are you going to repeat this? If we go out there and talk to our centers, will you be repeating this?
There's no such plan in the works.
Okay.
Not up to me anyway. That's up, or Father Tom. That's up to our provincials.
Okay.
And to our delegates.
Yes. In conjunction
Thank
with
you.
your new delegates.
Okie dokie. Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But it's all recorded. I mean, what could be. And it will all be online. Sister Teresa has a very good friend and benefactor who is cleaning up the ones from the first level, or the second level, really, the first course. And then these, we've been a little bit more careful to keep short so they can be cleaned up a little bit more easily. And the ones, the relatively cleaned up copies are already on the portal if anybody wants to, on the portal YouTube channel, if anybody wants to look back at the first sessions. And these can go up there very easily because these are shorter. These are ready, almost ready to go. So that's there. I mean, what's been done has been done. It's been said, and eventually there will be on the portal, the website, will be all the documentation that was used to put this course together. So unfortunately, a good bit of it's in Italian. It was never translated, but there is a good amount also in English that you could follow. And there are books available in some of the archives, because we had to go through the Salesian archives in New Rochelle and Halden to try to pull out some of the material that went back to the 60s and the 70s. All right. If there's no one else, with no further ado, we're going to move to our good night. And I'm going to, I was going to, let's see. I am going to. I'm going to put this link into the chat if I can, if it will allow me to. Yes, into the chat. So in case it's not easy to hear or there's a difficulty in any way, you can go into the chat and you can get the link and you can watch personally on your own device. We're going to play it here, this video. I think it kind of tells us what we've heard already, but it tells us where to go to get the help we need and to rekindle that great love and spread that great love. Enough said for me. We will just come back briefly after to say goodbye and to say thanks and God bless and happy Epiphany. All right, I'm going to start the video here. And then, let's see, share screen. Yeah, I just got to, now this is always the question.